In this video, we're going to compare the Mackie ProFX10v3 against the Mackie ProFX10v3 Plus. When we compare these two, there are 5 main differences, so we're going to point them out, talk about the pros and cons, so you know what the main difference is if you're looking at buying either one of these audio mixers. First of all, if you are looking for current up-to-date pricing or specs, we do have links down in the description below where you can find both of these audio mixers and everything else you see in this video from a variety of online retailers so you can find the best price possible. Now, before we talk about the differences, let's talk about the similarities between either of these audio mixers. In terms of inputs and outputs, they're exactly the same type of inputs, the same type of outputs, the same count, everything like that is the same. The high Z functionality is the same, the inserts are the same, the high pass or low cut filters are the same, the microphone preamp, so the quality of the preamp is exactly the same, the one knob compressor is the same, the 3-band EQ, the way that you send effects, the panning, the mute switches, the level knobs, all that is the same. So what are the main differences? The first main difference is on the back of these devices, the USB port has been upgraded on the 10v3 Plus. On the original 10v3, we have a USB Type-B output and input on the back of this audio mixer. On the newer 10v3 Plus, we have USB connectivity, which is a nice upgrade as things are moving that way for pretty much everything that I have on my desk now. Now, when we're talking about USB connectivity here, the second main difference is the inclusion of USB modes on the Mackie ProFX10v3 Plus. Previously on the Mackie 10v3, we just could record the main stereo output of this audio mixer with the USB output. You could do some manual configuration and some tricks if you had other goals, but generally speaking, it would just record the main stereo output. Over on the 10v3 Plus, you can see that we have this USB mode section here, which gives us 3 options. The standard mode will record the main stereo output like the old audio mixer used to. Loopback mode will record the main stereo output, including any USB content that you're feeding back into the audio mixer. And then we have interface mode. Interface mode will record the dry channel 1 and 2 only through the USB output of your audio mixer. Previously, if you wanted to do this, you used to have to pan channel 1 and 2 left and right, mute all other channels, make sure nothing else is coming through the audio mixer, and then it would record just those 2 channels left and right. Here, interface mode will do that all for you, regardless of what else is going on your audio mixer. So that's a nice little feature there. Now, the third difference is again to do with the USB routing on this audio mixer. On the previous 10v3 here, you could see that on channel 9 and 10, you could choose between an 1/8" line input or USB 3.4. So you could route some content from your computer to USB output 3.4, and you could bring that in. This worked good if you're trying to play back music or do streaming or something like that. Now that USB 3.4 section has moved from channel 910 on the Mackie ProFX10v3 to channel 7.8 on the Mackie ProFX10v3 Plus. They're doing this to make room for something else that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but this can be an advantage or disadvantage depending on how you use your audio mixer. For me, I generally use my stereo inputs quite a bit when I'm in a live setting using a small audio mixer like this. So now I'm losing some functionality because I used to always use that 3.4 on channel 910. That being said, the next big difference that we're going to talk about is that on the Mackie ProFX10v3 Plus, we get Bluetooth. So now on channel 910, we can choose between an 1/8" line input or we can do Bluetooth connectivity. You can connect this to your phone or your computer. You can use this to bring in a remote caller. It'll do a mix minus for them. It's probably the easiest and fastest way if you are on the fly just trying to connect a device just to try to get a quick song or something like that into your audio mixer. It does work really well, and this is a nice feature that I think a lot of people are asking for now in audio mixers like this. Next, the fifth main difference between either one of these is that the effects engine is completely reworked on the 10v3 Plus. Previously on the Mackie ProFX10v3, we had this effects bank of up to 24 effects here. You could select it with a rotary knob, lock that effect in, send it, and that's what you got. Now on the ProFX10v3 Plus, we got this digital effects workstation that they called Gig Effects. It comes with a whole bunch of different features. Now, you only get 12 effects. So on face value, that sounds like they cut the amount of effects in half. But that's not really the case because you can edit any of the 12 effects in here to make them exactly what you want. Depending on the effect, you'll get to choose between 3 different parameters. Right now I have a delay selected. You can see that I can edit the time, the feedback, or the high cut filter. Now, no matter what effect you're using, you can also EQ your effects engine. I like this. There are a lot of times that I want to EQ the effects engine to make sure that it sits in my mix better. And now you can do that. You can just quickly select EQ, hit the button, and then you get a 3-band EQ here that you can change. If you do get lost, you can go back in and reset. It's a nice thing with these digital effects now. Now, not only that, but you do get the ability to save up to 6 of your favorite presets. So if you are editing these all the time and you got them really dialed in the way that you want, you can save them to your effects bank. Or if you're using this audio mixer between several different people all the time or several different types of events, you can save your presets in here so they're exactly how you want them when you come back to the mixer. All these features are a huge upgrade compared to the previous effects engine on the Mackie ProFX10v3. So when we're comparing both of these, which one of these now has more value? I think the upgrades that they made to the Mackie ProFX10v3 Plus are pretty substantial. Upgrading the USB port to USB-C is a lot more convenient. Adding USB modes, that's a lot more convenient as well. It gives you a lot more flexibility on how you use that USB output. They did have to move some things around, but overall you're getting more input. So yes, the USB 3.4 now moved to channel 7.8, but now you're getting Bluetooth connectivity, which a lot of people want with a small audio mixer like this. And the Gig Effects engine is much reworked and gives you way more customizability, if that's even a word, into your mix for your effects engine. So I think that these upgrades are pretty substantial. If you have any questions about either one of these, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Again, if you do want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.